How did a small island, once stranded in darkness, become a beacon of hope for the future of energy? For generations, these 600 residents relied on diesel generators that frequently failed, leaving them without power for days. Fuel had to be shipped in at enormous cost. But today, something remarkable has happened. This tiny island represents something profound, a glimpse into our potential future. A world powered not by burning the buried remains of ancient forests, but by harnessing the energy that surrounds us every day: sunlight, wind, water, and Earth's natural heat. How did we get here? And more importantly, where are we going? For over 150 years, humanity has powered its remarkable progress primarily by burning fossil fuels: coal, oil, and natural gas. These dense energy sources fueled the Industrial Revolution and modern civilization. But this progress came with hidden costs we're only now fully understanding. Global carbon dioxide levels have risen 50% since pre-industrial times, reaching concentrations not seen in 3 million years. The resulting climate crisis threatens food security, coastal communities, and ecosystems worldwide. Meanwhile, air pollution from fossil fuels causes 8.7 million premature deaths annually, more than tobacco smoking. But what if there was another way? The renewable energy revolution isn't coming, it's already here, and it's accelerating faster than even the most optimistic experts predicted. Global renewable capacity has tripled in the past decade. Solar power costs have plummeted 90% since 2009, making it the cheapest electricity source in history across much of the world. Wind energy prices have dropped 70% in the same period. But statistics don't tell the human story. Let's meet some of the people powering this revolution. But not everyone sees the energy transition as positive. In regions economically dependent on fossil fuels, change brings legitimate fears. Jason's story illustrates one of the biggest challenges in the energy transition: ensuring it's just and equitable for workers and communities currently dependent on fossil fuels. The scale of the renewable revolution is breathtaking. The Hornsea 1 wind farm off England's coast generates enough electricity for 1 million homes from a single installation. China built more solar capacity in 2020 alone than existed in the entire world in 2015. Even oil-rich Saudi Arabia is investing $50 billion in renewable energy. But renewables face challenges. The sun doesn't always shine. The wind doesn't always blow. Critics point to intermittency as renewables' Achilles' heel. And batteries aren't the only solution. Green hydrogen, produced by using renewable electricity to split water molecules, can store energy for months and power industries that electricity can't easily reach, like shipping, aviation, and steel production. What's driving this remarkable progress? A virtuous cycle of innovation, scale, and learning. Every doubling of solar deployment reduces costs by approximately 20%, a phenomenon known as Wright's Law. The same principles apply to wind energy, batteries, and electrolyzers for hydrogen production. But technology alone isn't enough. Policy and finance play crucial roles in accelerating the transition. The renewable revolution isn't just about massive projects. It's increasingly decentralized and democratized. The scale of transformation required is enormous. To prevent the worst climate impacts, we need to roughly triple renewable energy capacity by 2030 and completely transform our energy systems by mid-century. Is this possible? Already, renewable energy provides the majority of new electricity capacity worldwide. In the US, renewable generation surpassed coal for the first time in 2020. Even oil giants like BP predict oil demand may have already peaked. And contrary to common perception, renewable energy creates more jobs per unit of energy than fossil fuels. The sector now employs over 12 million people globally, with that number projected to reach 42 million by 2050. For many communities, renewables offer not just clean energy, but energy sovereignty. As impressive as today's renewable growth is, we've only scratched the surface of what's possible. The potential of wind, solar, geothermal, and sustainable hydropower vastly exceeds humanity's total energy needs. Innovation continues at breathtaking speed. Perovskite solar cells promise to be cheaper and more efficient than silicon. Floating offshore wind farms can access stronger, more consistent winds. Next-generation geothermal could tap the Earth's heat anywhere, not just in volcanic regions. But the greatest barrier isn't technology or even economics anymore. It's the speed of transformation. Climate scientists tell us We need to move faster than any previous energy transition in history. The renewable revolution will be decided not just in corporate boardrooms or government chambers, but in millions of individual decisions about what we buy, how we vote, and whether we raise our voices for change. What can you do to be part of this revolution? First, investigate clean energy options for your own home or apartment. Even renters can often subscribe to community solar programs. Second, ask your workplace, school, or community organizations about their renewable energy plans. Third, let politicians know you support policies accelerating the clean energy transition, regardless of your political affiliation. Renewable energy enjoys broad bipartisan support among voters. As the sun sets on Tau Island, the lights come on, powered by the same sun that's now disappearing below the horizon. The energy that sustained life on Earth for billions of years is now captured and redirected to power human progress. The renewable energy revolution offers us a rare opportunity to build an energy system that's not just cleaner, but more just, more resilient, and more democratic than what came before. The technology exists. The economics increasingly favor it. The question is, do we have the wisdom and will to embrace it fast enough? From space, you can see humanity's lights shining in the darkness. Imagine a world where those lights represent not pollution and climate change, but clean, renewable power available to all. That world is within our reach, if we choose to build it together.